Yo, this is James Lights Out Tony, the one and only. You are tuning into Philly Fight World. You see me? BAM!
What up, what up? It's another session of Philly Fight World with your host, me, Blake Anthony, DJ Sully right here. And we're here. As you can see the title below, there's a storm coming. And it's a man of no noise, just knockouts, DJ Quiet Storm Thompson. And as always, you know, there's fight news, there's fight analysts. This is Philly Fight World. Gentlemen, how y'all doing?
We good. We doing good. How y'all doing?
Good, good,
All
good.
good, man. Good to see y'all, man. Good to see y'all, like always.
Amen.
Well, you can see the title below. There's a storm coming. People want to know what kind of storm. What does the people that need to know about you? As far as I know, you're 6-0 in your pro career. I mean, what is there to know about you? I mean, what should the people know? What should we expect?
What you expect? It's a quiet storm coming. You feel me? So, hey, just expect the y'all gotta be there for surely. Y'all gotta make sure that y'all slide out. We fighting down 2300 Arena on June 13th. We coming to put on the show, whether it's by knockout or by spectacular performance. We just going in there to do what we do best.
No doubt, no doubt.
That's
So,
it.
Sully, what you got for him?
Yeah, well, 2300 Arena, known, of course, Philly, PA, known for having a lot of good fights, good regional fights there. Uh, should be a nice card, man. I know your stablemate. I seen your stablemate Tamir. Smalls is going to be on that fight, so same camp. So I'm looking forward to seeing both of y'all get, show y'all things, man. I think the buzz is starting with both of y'all, especially, because you all already had that light on y'all, of course, from your past performances. Uh, how you feel? You ready for this fight?
Oh yeah, we always ready. You gotta stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready.
Hey, that's my
I
quote.
see. Yeah, it's you staying busy, man. So this is what your second, third fight this year?
This year,
I think it's the second, right? You fought in February.
no,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah.
gonna be my third.
Third?
yeah,
Yeah,
third
It's
fight.
true.
Yeah,
this will be the third. Yes.
yeah. You staying busy, definitely.
Two.
She said they trying to
How
remember
it?
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
we
two
stay
or three.
Right? You like, yeah, but
Yeah,
is it? You like, is it?
so they staying so busy. It's like, man, it's like every time you look up, you fight.
He trying,
yeah.
You know?
he trying to get them dubs in the column. I ain't playing. I'm blaming him trying to get dubs in the column and stay on the big platform. But speaking of that, I said, I mean, how does it feel to be playing on those cards, fighting on those cards, and being on the big stages? I mean, how does that feel? Do you get butterflies? You know?
Well, yeah, of course, it comes with the butterflies, the nervousness, but once I get in that ring and then that bell ring, all that out the door. I'm just coming to do what I plan to do.
No doubt. You can see you look good in a couple of these clips up here. I said, but you know, I guess you're right. I guess like when all it comes out, it just comes out and it becomes just business.
Mm-hmm.
I
It's time to
mean,
work.
can you tell us how you felt right in here in this little clip I got for you? I mean, what was your strategy coming out in this?
In this look right here, the whole goal was to make sure my defense was tight. I was taller, so I wanted to keep that jab popping to set up my shots and to make sure that I was mixing the speed with the power. Yeah, and with this one, I also wanted to work more to the body than from what I had did in my first fight that I fought at the Wells Fargo.
Yeah, I was noticing here you kept cutting him off as he kept trying to run from you, and it looked like you had more of a reach on him.
Mm-hmm.
Sully.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this,
Let me ask you something, Dennis. With these fights, do you do a lot of planning before the fights? Is it like do you find out who your fighter is? Do you go back and look at tapes of him, or you just make the adjustment as the fight go?
yeah, we watch tape on them just to see how they initially fight. But also, I also still have in mind that things can change, so that I still need to be able to be in the ring to, if I need to switch up the game plan in that moment in time.
Absolutely. We talk about that. We talk about camps all the time. We talk to fighters on the show all the time, and we try to educate people who don't that just think boxing is just they just throw punches at each other. I'm like, well, yes, but then again, there's a strategy to it. Much like most sports, there's a training process, there's a preparation process. You get guys that go in the ring with you to emulate who you're fighting. There's all of that, and it's just like you said. Even in other sports, you got to call an audible. Sometimes your opponent might not do what you thought he was going to do. You've heard fighters of hurting their hand. Now you got to adjust yourself. You got to adjust your game because you injured your hand. Like, there's more to boxing than maybe people talk about. And that's just something we like to scratch the surface here and talk to you fighters, about your journeys and adjustments and stuff in fights that people may not ever know.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you came up with yet that you had to make like a big adjustment in a fight?
Make a big adjustment. I don't really know if I had to make a big adjustment, but it was little slight adjustments that he had to make to make things easier in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt.
Yeah. What when you go into a fight, I guess of course you have a game plan going in. Going back to strategy wise, and you were saying like the last guy that clip that we seen, the guy was shorter than you. Is there any instance, or have you come across where there was a big height advantage where you were in the disadvantage? And if it was, like, what is your strategy then? Is it still trying to jab to get in, or what is it for you?
Well, I have had my second fight. I had a taller opponent. He weighed a little more than me too. But with him, the whole goal was to continue to use the jab, but to use the jab to be able to get in there and stay close. And because since my arms are shorter than his, my punches come off faster and harder in the pocket than his would.
It's good. That makes sense. That makes sense right there. Let me ask you something. Of course, as you move up, you get these fights, and of course, you're getting these wins. What is your goal? What is your goal right now, future wise? What weight are you now? What weight?
I'm at 122.
122.
Yeah, super bantam.
Super bantamweight. Who's the champion in that weight? Who's the champion in that weight right now?
Anyway,
yeah.
That's your boy.
Yeah, you got the monster in there.
The monster. That's your boy.
Yeah. But by the time you come up, he'll probably be out of that division, of course.
Probably.
Yeah. How old are you right now? How old?
19.
Yeah. You got some time. But you moving up fast, man.
Mm-hmm.
You definitely move up fast. In that division, of course, you look across that division. Who are the fighters in that division that you like?
That I like. Forever. Yeah. Who I really I see Inoue a lot. I see him a lot. I like Inoue.
Like him, yeah. Good style. Yeah, stay busy. He stays busy. But I tell you all the time when I see you in the gym, I say it's not, he's the hardest working man in that gym. DJ comes in, if it's a coach there or not, when I see him, he comes in, he gets busy. He knows what he has to do, and he gets busy. And you rarely hear a coach telling DJ, "Oh, you slacking, or you need to do this or do that." He knows what he does. He knows what he has to do, and he does it. And that's a good trait right there, brother. That's a good trait to have.
And I'll even say this, Suli, and all these things we do, I love to see all the Black fathers involved in their sons' lives in this sport. I love to see it. As you can see Dad in there. As we talk to other guys, you always see Dad right there, and I love to see that more and more. course, you know as well as I do, you don't ever get to hear them type of stories when dads are around. You always hear when dads ain't around, but when they're, I love to see that dads are always around in the sport and stuff like that. So big shout out to your pops and you keeping families like that. I love to see that, man.
Yeah, and you see that we talk about that a lot. You see it in boxing a lot. You see the fathers in there, training and mentoring, man. And that's like you said, Blake. You don't see that a lot in sports. I think boxing, you see much. That's probably the one sport where you see it the most.
Yep.
If it's the father being a trainer in the corner, giving advice, whatever the case is, man. There's a number of fighters throughout the years that has had that, man. So it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, Pop. So keep doing what you're doing, man.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
You're doing a great job.
You sound like Rick Ross back there, man. I had to look twice the first time. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, is that you?
You're doing a great job, man. Great job, man. And it shows. It shows, man. It shows.
We just came in this now from a 8-mile run just now.
I ain't doing all that. I do 4 a day. I don't do 8. You got I do 4. I don't do no 8.
I love it. No, I used to, but I can't do that no more.
He was asking about what he want to do. Were you trying to ask him like what we asked kind of like Boost, like what you want your legacy to be in? Is that kind of what you were trying to tap in?
Yeah. Legacy, like what is your goals in boxing? What is your ultimate goal?
The ultimate goal definitely is to collect the belts and be world champion. But also we want to get in and get out. We don't want to be in the game too long.
Okay.
Smart.
So when you say not okay, so I gotta ask a question. What do you mean not too long? So we talking early 30s? We talking obviously I don't think you're gonna do a Manny Pacquiao 46, George Foreman's at 46. So when you say not too long, what do you mean?
As of because in the boxing game, it's a dangerous sport. You don't want to be getting hit in your head and all that throughout your whole life and stuff like that. So that would really be the whole goal, to get in there to make the money, then let the money work for you.
Okay.
There you go.
So you sound like you got some other plans. Otherwise, you got some other stuff that you want to do besides that.
Yeah, you always gotta have extra plans. Okay. You never know what'll happen.
No, you're absolutely right. I tell young black men that all the time. Sports is always good, but you got to have some other plan because you can't do it forever. Unfortunately, Father Time is undefeated.
Best believe that. Man.
Go ahead, Sully. You had something? I'm sorry.
Also, too, as soon as I graduated high school, also went for a backup, got my CDL license at 18, stuff like that.
Good. Great. That's great, man. That's good. Because and of course you got your father there, of course, to guide you, man. And unfortunately, you got a lot of fighters that come into the game and they don't have that understanding, unfortunately. And they get in, and then when they leave, of course, there's no backup plan. Right. And so we've seen that. We've seen a history of that, man. So I'm glad that you're on that. I'm glad that you like I said, you have the fathers in your corner and you're being guided the right way. You right on, man. You got grown men, that don't even have CDLs, man. So you're right there.
Yeah.
Fall back right there. Yeah, that's a cushion you have just in case something, happens. So good.
And there's always more. It's untapped. You seem like a kid that's they have untapped potential to get whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
But Sully, we talk about that all the time. Athletes, you've been doing this for so long. You do it for so long, and then finally it stops. You're like, what's next? You always want to kind of have something in the stable. I know you're young, DJ. You're 19, and you're not going to get to that point, but you'll get to this point that I'm talking about when you do this. I played football, so you get to the point where you get to the end and you're like, I'm so used to waking up and doing camps. I'm so used to doing all this regime and all this other stuff, training and et cetera, et cetera. And then it stops. And then, some people, they go to drinking, they get depressed, they get, it's just being an adult. You get there and then you get a girlfriend or a wife and you get divorced, and then go down there and life is funny sometimes, but I try not to always think about it as like of a negative thing. I try to think of it's your journey. Maybe that was your path in life to figure out where you're supposed to be. Many stories, before us, things happen that way because you're supposed to be put in a place you're supposed to be. Maybe you're supposed to meet people you're supposed to meet, but but it's always good to have plans, when you hang up your cleats, your gloves, or whatever it is, and give yourself purpose in life.
Yeah. And I preach that to my children. I always warn them. I said, listen, going through life, you're going to have detours. You know what I mean?
Oh, God,
It's
yes.
like you're driving down the street and you think you're going one way and it's going to be that way. And all of a sudden there's a detour. That's just how life is, man. And so you got to maneuver yourself, of course, throughout life and expect the detours to come because they're going to come. They're going to come. So, you stay focused and, I know you deepen your faith and have your faith in God and, ask him to lead you and you're good. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, man. You're on the right track now. You're on the
Yeah.
right track now. The hardest working man in the gym, man. Hey, how was it? How was it working with Boots? And, you got Andy Cruz there. You got Christian Cardo. You got Tamir. You got all these professional fighters. Do you pick up things from them? Do you?
Oh yeah, I pick up a lot of stuff from them, and it's great down there working with them because they all got their own little style and different way of going about boxing. So it's like I'm getting everything at once.
You getting an education that a lot of fighters don't have, man, because you dealing with professionals, and not only professionals, man. These are good guys, man. Like just truly good people. You got Bozy. You got your dad. You got Pooh. You got Aaron over there. I mean, you got a wealth of knowledge, man, where you could pick from. You know what I'm saying? And you're blessed to be in that position to be around these people, man. Just good men, man. That's what it comes down to, man. Good brothers, good people in general to guide you, man. And be thankful for that. You know what I mean? Like, don't take that for granted, man. And I know you don't, but that's a beautiful thing to have because, like I said, a lot of brothers, a lot of people your age don't have that.
Yeah, you see, you hit all that right on the head. Absolutely, knowledge. It sounds corny, but it's a phrase. Knowledge is power, man. Let me tell you. If you got the answers to the test, your path, your journey is going to be a lot easier than others. But we don't want to take up too much of your time. I mean, you got any final things, Suli?
Of course. Tell us again your next fight. Upcoming, and do you have an opponent yet? Do you know if you have an opponent yet?
Yeah, I do got an opponent for and the fight is June 13th at 2300 Arena in Philly. I also too got tickets if y'all want to tap it too. Y'all could DM me on Instagram at Dennis Thompson _NFUP and let me know what tickets and I'll let y'all want.
Definitely. I forgot.
NFUP.
I did forget that. I said, so you did ask like what do you have a favorite fighter, DJ? You have a guy that you like that you would call you number one? Mine was Tyson growing up.
Yeah.
Tyson was my favorite. Do you have like that's your dude? It can be old or young, new or young. Yeah.
Right now, I'll have to say the people around me in the gym, Boots, Andy, Hitman Haven, Chris, all of them. But I used to love watching Prince Nassim.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit. Yeah. I can see it. I can see a little Prince in you, man.
I could definitely see that too.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, I appreciate everybody coming on. Dad, everybody, DJ, Suli, appreciate everybody getting together. Hope we can do this again soon. Get out there and check DJ's next fight. You heard him. He's even got the tickets in your hand. Don't be shy. Make sure to DM him. I'm going to put his stuff, his information in the description when I shoot this. And make sure you guys DM him, check him out, follow his journey, follow all these guys' journeys because it's fun. It's fun to hear it. It's fun to watch it. It's fun to hear these stories that you don't get to hear. So, gentlemen, I appreciate everybody to get together. And, we'll end this, as we always do, with James Tony take us to the top. See you guys next time.
Thank you.
Yo, this is James Lights Out Tony, the one and only. You are tuning into Philly Fight World. You see me? Fight!